Welcome you all in the lecture number 26 of Abstract Algebra MTL 6051. In this lecture, we will going to discuss examples of factoring and some examples of maximal ideal, prime ideal, and whether the GCD of two number is exist or not. Okay, let us see first the example of the factoring. Okay, now construct the factor ring of Q. Factor ring of set of rational number. Okay, we know that set of rational number is filled with respect to addition and multiplication. This is a field. Okay, we also studied that every field has two ideal, right? That every field have only two ideal. Okay, then what is the ideal of Q? That is 0 and Q. 0 and Q. Okay, 0 and Q are the ideal. Then what are the factor ring? Q 0. What is this? This is isomorphic to Q. This one is the first factoring, and what is the second factoring? Since second ideal is Q, so Q by Q. This is isomorphic to 0, right? So this one is one ideal and this one is second ideal. Okay, so only two ideal, right? This have only two ideal, 0 and Q. So factor ring is Q by 0 and Q by Q. Okay, these are the two factor ring which are the isomorphic to Q and 0. These are the factor ring. Okay, now let us see the second example. Construct the factor ring of Zi 1 minus I. What is Zi? Zi is the set of Gaussian integer and it is of the form a plus bi, where ab belongs to z. Okay, and this is known as set of Gaussian integer. Set of Gaussian integers. Okay, then what are the element of Zi by 1 minus I? These are the element of, this is a plus bi plus ideal I, that is 1 minus I, right, where ab belongs to z. Right, now we have to construct this factor ring. Construct means we have to give the element of this. What are the element? What are the elements of Zi by ideal 1 minus I? Okay, the method of construction is as follows, right? What is 1 minus I plus ideal 1 minus I? See, a plus h is equal to h. It means what? A belongs to h, right? What is 1 minus I? 1 minus I belongs to this. This 1 minus I is the element of this. Okay, so this is equal to I, means 1 minus I, and right, this is equal to 0. Now see, 1 minus I is equal to 0, right? Then what is 1? 1 is equal to I. Then what is minus 1? Minus 1 is equal to, that is 1 square is equal to I square. So minus 1 is equal to 1. Okay, it means what is 2? 2 is equivalent to 0, right? 2 is equivalent to 0. So the element of this, what is a and b? A and b are element of z. So we have to write all the elements of this type. A plus b, right? A plus b, a and b both are 0. Then 0 plus 1 minus I, right? If a and b both are 1, then what happen? 1 plus I plus 1 minus I. And what is this? Right? 1 plus I, right? This thing we can write 1 plus I if a and b, right? What is I? I is equal to 1. If I is equal to 1, then what is this? This is 2. 1 minus I. What is 2? 2 is 0. This is equal to 0. 0 plus 1 minus I. This element we already written here. Okay. Then if we consider A is equal to 1 and B equal to 0, then what happened? 1 plus 1 minus I. Okay, this is the second element. And if we write A is equal to 0 and B equal to minus 1, then this is equal to minus I plus 1 minus I, right? But what is minus I? Minus I is minus 1. This is nothing but minus 1. And what is minus 1? Minus 1 is 1. So we already written 1 plus 1 minus I, right? And other element are right either this one or this one. So this containing only two elements. Okay. So Zi by 1 minus I is equivalent to Z2. Okay. This is equivalent to Z2. Okay. Now let us see some other examples of maximal ideal. Okay. See, we have to show that capital M is this set 3A 3BI AB belongs to Z is maximal ideal, right? But N is equal to 5A 5BI is not maximal ideal. So let us see first M is maximal, right? Then we know that if M is maximal, then M is subset of I subset of R, right? If M is not maximal, right, M is not maximal, then M does not equal to I and I does not equal to R. But in case if M is maximal, then M equal to I or I equal to R. This is the case of maximal and this is the case of not maximal. Okay, M is not maximal and this is the case of M is maximal. Okay, so let us start from capital M. Okay, from this one. Okay, let us assume I is another ideal. No, we will see by some contradiction method. Let us assume M is not maximal. What is M? M is not maximal. Then there exists another ideal, say I of R, such that M is subset of I is subset of R, right? Since M is not maximal, so there must be some element in I which is not in capital M. So let such element is R plus Si, which is in I but does not belong to capital M, right? Then R plus Si belongs to I but does not belongs to capital M. Okay. It does not belongs to capital M means what? Capital M containing all the element of 3A plus 3B. It means all the element in capital M must be divisible by 3. Since R plus Si does not belong to M, so 3 does not divides R or 3 does not divide S. Right? 3 does not divide S. Okay. If 3 does not divides R, it means what? Now, let us consider GCD of 3 and R is 1. GCD of 3 and R is 1. Right? Therefore, R is square congruent to 1 modulo 3. This relation. And similarly, since 3 does not divide S, it means S can be written as 3 into Q plus R already written, say U. Okay. And what is U? U is remainder. So 0, remainder is always non-negative. So 0 is less than or equal to U is less than or equal to 3. Is less than 3, not equal to. Okay. This thing. So what is U? U is either 0 or 1 or 2. Okay. If U is 0, then it is divisible by 3. So possibility of 0 is not happen. Okay. Then say S congruent to U modulo 3. But what is U? U is either 1 or 2. Okay. U is either 1 or 2. right? U equal to 0, this possibility will not happen. Since if U is equal to 0, if U equal this equal to 0, then S equal to 3Q. In such case 3 divide S, right? In such case 3 divide S, right? But this not happen. Therefore S congruent to U modulo 3. So from this relation we can write S square congruent to U square modulo 3, where U is 1 or 2, right? U is 1 or 2. But see, if U is 1, then S square congruent to 1 modulo 3. If U is 2, then S square congruent to 1 modulo 3. Why again 1? Since 2 square, if U is equal to 2, 2 square is 4, right? And 4, if we divide 4 by 3, then remainder is 1. Okay, so S square is congruent to 1. Okay, then S square congruent to 1 modulo 3, R square congruent to 1 modulo 3. So S square plus R square congruent to 2 modulo 3. Okay, then what is S square plus R square? S square plus R square can be written as R plus SI into R minus SI. Okay, R plus SI and R minus SI. See, if we call this is an integer, if we call it t is equal to S square plus R square. Okay, t is equal to R square plus R. But 3 does not divide t. 3 does not divide t. Okay, it means GCD of 3 and t is 1, then 3a plus tb is equal to 1. Okay, this t belongs to I, since it is the multiple of R plus SI, so this t belongs to I. T belongs to I. But if t belongs to I, this 3a also belongs to I, right? Then this whole number 3a plus tb belongs to I. Since I is ideal, it means 1 belongs to I, right? 3a belongs to M, therefore 3a also belongs to I, and t belongs to I, so tb also belongs. See, t belongs to I, since I is ideal, therefore tb belongs to I, and 3a belongs to M, since M is subset of I, therefore 3a belongs to M. Since I is ideal, this also 3a also belongs to M and I both. Then tb plus 3a, this belongs to I. What is tb plus 3a? This is 1. 1 belongs to I. And if 1 belongs to I, then I is equal to R. Okay. And in this case, M is maximal. M does not equal to I, but I is equal to R. So M is maximal. Okay. Next, capital N. What is capital N? 5a plus 5bi. Right? AB belongs to Z. Is not maximal. Okay, is not maximal. It means there exists an ideal I which containing N and I contained in R properly, which containing N and I also contained in R. Then N, in this case N is not maximal. Okay, so let us see. See, let us consider I is generated by 2 plus I. Then what is 5? 5 is equal to 2 plus I and 2 minus I, that is a plus b, a minus b. Okay, this N is subset of I is subset of R, right? If I is equal to N, then N is maximal. Okay, see, 2 plus I belongs to N, right? This is not possible. Why? Since 2 plus I belongs to 5a plus 5tb, 5ib, and ab belongs to Z. This is not possible. 2 plus I does not belong to this. It means 2 plus I does not belong to here. Okay, this does not belong to here. So this case is not possible. Now come to this case, I equal to R. I equal to R, then what is I? If I is equal to R, then 1 must belong to I. If I equal to R, then 1 must belong to I. What is I? I is generated by 2 plus I. Yes. Then 1 is equal to 2 plus I multiplied by A plus IB or A minus IB. Okay, A minus IB. Then after squaring this thing, 1 is equal to, this one is 5 and this one is A square plus B square. Right? 1 is equal to 5A square plus B square. Right? This is possible for any AB belongs to Z. Whether this equation have any solution? No solution in Z. Okay, so this is not possible. This is not possible. It means I does not containing in R and N does not containing in I. Now, both cases are fail. So capital N is not maximum. What is capital N? This is not maximum. Okay. Now come to the second example. We have to show that 2 plus 2i is not prime ideal. Yes. See, 2 plus 2i, right? 2 plus, this is an ideal. This is ideal. In this ideal, 2 plus 2i itself an element. If we call it I, and 2 plus 2i belongs to I. And this can be written as 2 into 1 plus I. Right? Then by definition of prime, either 2 belongs to I or 1 plus I belongs to I. Right? See, if 2 belongs to I, let us assume 2 belongs to I. Then 2 equal to A plus IB into 2 plus 2I. Now squaring both sides. Squaring both sides we get this is equal to 4. This is equal to A square plus B square. And this one is equal to 2 square plus 2 square. That is 8. Right? 8. So this is equal to 2. Okay. So this equation have solution in Z. 2 into A square plus B square. This have solution in Z. Right? No. This don't have solution in Z. If this doesn't have solution in Z, then 2 does not belong to I. I means the ideal generated by 2 plus 2i. Right? One thing is clear. Now come to the second point, 1 plus I. Let us again assume that 1 plus I. Either 2 belongs to I or this belongs to I. This does not belong to I. Now see, 1 plus I belongs to capital I or not. Let us assume 1 plus I belongs to capital I. Then 1 plus I is equal to A plus IB into 2 plus 2B. Yes. Now squaring both sides. This is equal to 2. A square plus B square. And this one is equal to 8. Right. So 1 plus 4 into A square B square. This equation again don't have any solution. It doesn't have any solution. In Z. So this is not possible. So neither this belong to this nor 1 plus I belong to this. So I is not prime. Okay. Now, what are the element of this Zi? Z of I by 2 plus I. Okay, sorry, 2 plus 2i. Element of Zi by 2 plus 2i. Okay. Now see, element 4 plus 2 plus 2i. Right? We call it capital I. So 4 plus I. 4 plus I is equal to 2 plus 2i into 1 minus I plus I. Okay. And what is this? This is equal to I. It means 4 belongs to I. It means 4 plus I is equal to I, right? 4 plus I is equal to I. Okay, then every element of this thing, A plus Bi, see, this is equal to A plus Bi plus I, that is 2 plus 2I. Okay, AB belongs to Z. Since what is 4? 4 is equivalent to 0. Okay, 4 is equivalent to 0. Since 4 plus I is equal to I, so ideal 0 of this is I. Okay, now if 4 is equivalent to 0, then every element of this, right, is x plus iy, where x ranges from 0 to 3 and y ranges from 0 to 3. Okay, now let us see how. See this thing. Okay, A is equal to 4q1 plus r1, then this thing happen, and B is equal to this thing, so this thing is happen. Okay, what is A plus IB? A plus IB is 4q1 plus r1, that is A plus I into B, right? A plus IB is equal to r1 plus I r2 plus I. This is equal to 0 is less than or equal to r1, r2 is less than 4. Okay, what is r1? R1 and r2 belongs to 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, then r1 plus I r2 plus I, there are 4 choice of this, 4 choice of r1 and 4 choice of r2. Okay, so total 16 elements. This type of element are possible, total 16. What are those 16 elements? See, these are total 16 elements. Okay, 16 element, right? Then Z by 2 plus 2I containing how many elements? 16. This is isomorphic to Z16. Now see the general result. General result is this: Z by A plus IB is isomorphic to Z A square plus B square. Okay, this one is the general result. Okay, this is isomorphic to this. Now see, since our beginning class we know that GCD of any two number exists, but this is not true in general. GCD of two number may or may not exist, and it may not unique also. Why? Say R is ring. Suppose R is ring. Where is R? R is given by this thing. R equal to 0, 1, 2 up to 7 modulo 8. Okay. Then what is 2 cross 3? 2 cross 3 is equal to 6. 6 modulo 8 is 6. 6 modulo 8 equal to 6. Right? This 2 divides 6. Yes. And 2 divides 4 also. Yes. Then GCD of 6 and 4 is equal to 2. Yes. But 6 is equal to 6 into 1. Okay. And 4 is equal to 6 into 6. Yes. 6 into 6 is 24. Modulo 8 is this is equal to 4. This is modulo 8 operation. Okay. It means from this one 6 divides 6. And from this one 6 divide 4. Okay, so GCD of this 6 and this 4 is equal to 6, right? Here GCD of 6 and 4 is 2. Here GCD of 6 and 4 is 6. Okay, so GCD is not unique. Greatest common divisor is not unique. Okay, in ring. Okay, remember that in ring GCD is not unique. Okay, whether GCD of two number exists or not, right? See second example. Let us consider ring of even integer, 0 plus minus 2 plus minus 4 dot so on, right? This is the ring of even integer. Then GCD of 4 and 6. What is GCD of 4 and 6? GCD of 4 and 6 does not equal to 2. Why? Since 2 into 3 is 6, 2 divides 6, 3 divides 6, but 3 does not belongs to E. Okay, so GCD of these two number does not equal to 2.